Now, there's also going to be situations and people that you're going to walk alongside who are going to be really, how should I say, I guess they can be chameleon-like. They can change in the moment and cause you to feel really good, 1 week or one time, and then, will make you feel bad for the next 10. And you have to set up those boundaries. If you watch some of the videos in the past, I talk a lot about boundaries and setting up the right modes of self-control. I had searched the Bible for years, trying to figure out, what the word self-control meant, or I guess two words hyphenated, because in the fruit of the Spirit you have the words patience and the hyphenated word long suffering. So long suffering always made sense to me because it was to suffer long. You knew there was a situation in your life you were going to have to go through, and it was going to take some time for it to, come to a head, or maybe you're going to spend the rest of your life with this problem or this situation. And long suffering was to admit it, to understand it, and just to move forward in it. While patience just seems a lot more in the moment. So self-control seemed natural, that maybe it was the middle ground. Maybe it was, how you deal with things, over the course of a day instead of in the moment or in the long term. And I really prayed about it for some time. I had read people's, perspective on it, and just nothing really seemed to fit. So for months and months, I prayed about it. And finally, one day, I stumbled upon a verse in the Bible, in the book of Psalms, that essentially said, and I'm not reading it verbatim as I'm talking and scrubbing away here, that a person or a man without self-control is like a city without walls. A person without self-control is like a city without walls. So what does that mean? I believe it means that a person without self-control doesn't have great boundaries. They haven't set things up with proper boundaries in mind, whether it's people they hang out with, or sinful situations that they may get themselves into, or maybe as simple as, I just can't pursue this type of career or this type of placement anymore. Self-control has a lot to do with the preemptive. While long-suffering and patience kind of happens to us and we have to deal with it as it comes, I really believe that self-control is made for us to think about it, to process it, and we don't know when that attack will come, that situation, kind of like patience, and we know it's going to come, kind of like long-suffering, and it is that middle ground of self-control of those boundaries. Oh man, my nose is at me. That allow us to grow as people, or grow in that particular situation in the fruit of the Spirit. So, I hope this kind of helps anyone out there who's watching and kind of feeling that they've fallen from grace, or they're lacking in self-control, they're lacking in their patience. Because a lot of the time, we have to build up certain walls around areas of our lives that really need to be protected. There are certain places and situations that we just don't need to get into. It's interesting that the Bible tells us to fight when it comes to the spiritual realm. We need to put on the armor of God. However, when it comes to temptation, it comes to serious problems that will cause us to sin, we need to run. Very, very interesting. There's not a lot of people that talk about the concept of running. Not the fact that we're running away from a fight or from a spiritual war that we don't allow God to win in our lives. It's just there are certain places and situations that that they come up and we just need to boogie, or we need to set up extreme controls to be vigilant about our self-control. So going back full circle to what I was talking about, and as I land the plane here today, I just want to say that if you are a person who's been struggling with getting back up and getting back into the right headspace or place, maybe one of the first things you can do is set up some better self-controls. I know that with my daughters, for them to start going to school, for them to start going to Sunday school and connect more, We've set up boundaries for them, behavior. We've also set up some perks for them too, right? If they do a good job, and they are willing to go, which is for their betterment anyways, that, they'll be blessed in different ways. So anyway, I really do hope that this reminder helps you to get back on the horse and just keep trying at it, because life is difficult. And I know that whether it's people who are interacting on a Sunday, your day-to-day at work, or how kids interact with the world, we're all in these different time frames, different situations in our lives, and we just need to sometimes be encouraged. So I hope that was encouraging. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I really do hope that you are willing to step out into the wild world sometimes, and even though you feel like you're slipping and things aren't working for you, you're willing to actually buck up and put in the work and put in the effort, and see if you can get things going again. And last but not least, most of the time in life, success is not going to be one step forward, seven steps back. It's going to be a rarity. You want in life, actually, if anything, to be more so like 10 steps forward, 3 steps back, or something along those lines. As you break addiction, or as you do well in business or in your marriage, and eventually you hope to get to a place where it's 10 steps forward, 1 step backward, or 50 steps forward, 3 steps backward, something like that, where the ratio is really good. But there are going to be moments in your life, there really are going to be moments in your life when you need to, give things to God, recalibrate your patience, recalibrate your long suffering, your kindness, and your self-control, and get yourself back in the game. Anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me doing the dishes, and hopefully that helped on some level. If you'd like to watch any more of the Dad Doing Dishes segment, please take a look at this video right about here. And if you'd like to like or subscribe, that would super help. Pop it a like right here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless you.